Thank God. Thank God it's Saturday. Wow. And it's 70 degrees here in Austin. As you can see, it is sunny and warm. No, it's not. It's pouring like cats and dogs. This is what my mother used to call heavy rain, cats and dogs. You might be able to hear some thunder, perhaps some lightning in the distance. I hope everybody's going to be okay. Let's get down to it. I have a lot to cover today, and what can I say? I just want to say how grateful I am to everybody who donated to have my truck repaired. It really makes me feel good. I want to thank all my friends and all my associates and co-workers and former co-workers and former associates, my friends that I have now in Austin and Los Angeles and throughout the country and different parts of the world who helped me reach my GoFunding goals. And for that, I'm truly grateful. My heart goes out to you, and I'll be back on the road in no time. No time. No time. I'll be driving, using my directional, looking in my rearview mirror, being courtesy, changing lanes, going slow in parking lots, doing the speed limit, not tailgating, being patient. That's what I'll be doing when I get back behind the wheel. Today in history, on this day, the first day, welcome to May. Happy, 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 happy May. May 1st. I can't tell you how excited I am to close the door on April and start a new month. A new slate, a new chance to start a new chapter, write a new page, be something other than what you were last month. In 1840, the world's first postage stamp was issued in Britain by a gentleman by the name of Sir Rowland Hill. So Rowland Hill, our hats are off to you. Probably a secret capitalism at heart, decided that he could make some money. People want to talk. People want to see what's going on with the Joneses. People want to keep up on what's going on. So they wrote letters, and they had to pay somebody to deliver those letters. And postage stamps was the way to obtain that goal or that end. So our hats are off to Sir Rowland Hill in 1840, the first postage stamp. In 1971, Amtrak was formed, and today they celebrate 50 years. And if you know anything about me, I love trees, I love Suzy Q's, I love sugar, I love bonsais, and I love trains. I love pips, and I love trains. If you ever get a chance to travel on a train, you won't regret it. And if you ever sleep on a train or sleep in the rain, it's the best sleep you'll ever have. Open that window and listen to that rain falling down, that distant thunder, the lightning lighting up the windows. It's just, it's out of this world, and it's no different if you sleep on a train. The rumble and bumble of the tracks, the pulling and the sound of the horn. And yesterday, if you were watching, we talked about Casey Jones. Casey Jones, the engineer to die for. And I meant to talk about this. I saw a show once on television, and some rich guy, some really, really, really wealthy guy who has done everything. He parachuted, he raced boats, he climbed mountains, he was in jet skis, he did race cars, he did motorcycles, he did every adrenaline boosting activity because he had all the money in the world. He could do anything and everything. And what this gentleman said was the most thrilling, the most exciting, the most adrenaline pumping activity that he ever experienced and he ever did. And I have to agree with him because you got to have a lot of money to do a lot of different things. And what he said, the most thrilling thing in his life was the day that he was the engineer on a locomotive. As that thing rumbled down the track at, I don't know, 90 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, and you're at the controls of this massive, massive steam-powered engine. So I was very impressed when I saw that, and I was lucky to see that. And that topped this guy's list of the most just wildest thing that this guy had ever experienced. And he experienced everything. You know, I guess threesomes, foursomes, fivesomes, rockets, jet planes, fighter jets, old vintage airplanes, speedboats, just parasailing, water skiing. I'm just thinking of anything that you can do. Everything, I guess, except get shot out of a cannon. And the thing that he loved the most was piloting or engineering or driving that tonnage coming down the track. And I wish I could find that video again, or that show, or that program, or that presentation, or that log, or that vlog, or that blog. So Amtrak, a lot of people say, oh, we don't need high-speed rail. We don't need Well, not everybody's like you. Some people like to travel. Some people like adventure. Because you don't want to go anywhere. You think it's a waste of time for high-speed rail. Or you don't want to invest in Amtrak. Oh, it was terrible. Everything's terrible if you're terrible and you're bored and you don't like it. We only get, what we put in is what we get out. So it's not about you. If you don't like train travel and you don't like Amtrak and you don't like high-speed rail and you like flying, that's great. But you can't be selfish enough not to provide that service for everybody else in the country. Every country has a right to a post office, a banking system, security, healthcare, and a railroad system. And if you can't wrap your head around that, well, you're being short-sighted, and you're being selfish, you're being inconsiderate to your fellow citizens who love to drive the rails and ride the trains. I mean, it's an embarrassment that we don't have any high-speed trains. I think it would be a gas to go from Los Angeles to Las Vegas in an hour at 200 miles an hour. Bam! Chicago to Washington, D.C. Bam! Florida, Miami to Jacksonville in 45 minutes or less. Fort Walton Beach, Florida to New Orleans. Bam! L.A. to San Francisco. Bam! Under an hour. Bam! 200 miles an hour. Who is against this? Do you want to live in a cave in a Stone Age? You want to hit your wife over the head with a club in the middle of the night? I mean, I can't get over Americans who just want to be a closed eggshell of a dented thinking. High-speed train is wonderful. So anyway, happy anniversary to Amtrak, 50 years. I'm glad. I think the administration or the people in charge in Washington are going to fund it properly, make improvements, buy equipment, and get America moving again. I mean, just get America moving again. So if you haven't already realized, I'm a big fan of Amtrak. I'm a big fan of trains. I've taken trains throughout the world on different occasions, and it's just thrilling. In India, you can hang out the side of the train. No one will come up to you and say, hey, what are you doing over there? You can't hang out over there. Nobody bothers you. You can ride on top of the train in India. So it's all relative. But certainly America should up its game. So that hats are off to Amtrak, 50 years of service. 1991, Ricky Henderson beat Lou Brock's record of stolen bases. He stole his 939th stolen base, passing up Lou Brock's record. 939 stolen bases. Holy cow. So our hats are off to Ricky Henderson, 1991, May 1st. And the last one is, this is kind of sad, kind of morose, but you want to do these crazy stuff, you want to do these wacky activities, this might happen to you. This guy's name is George Mulroy, M-A-L-L-O-R-Y, and in 1990 they found his body on Mount Everest 75 years after he tried to climb Mount Everest. His body was found, probably perfectly preserved. George Mulroy. 75 years later, I guess they were climbing up the mountain and they tripped over his bootstrap or something, or maybe his backpack, or maybe even caught their ankle on his neck and fell down, and they looked over and there he was. He said, oh, I recognize that. That's George. Isn't that George? The guy who... that's George! So, yeah, that climbing Mount Everest is a dicey preposition. You can lose your ears, you can lose your fingers, you can lose the frostbite, you can lose your toes, you can run out of oxygen. I mean, you have to ask yourself, how badly do you hate your wife to want to climb Mount Everest? I mean, what does she do when you leave to go climb Mount Everest? I guess have you sign a lot of papers. Make sure all your papers are in order, because you may not be coming back from this little hobby, this little adventure. I guess you got to be brave, or you got to have a little bit something else to do, something that may take your life. It's like speedboat racing. That's dangerous. How many guys going 150, 200 miles an hour on a speedboat and they hit a little wake or something? Bam, bam. Your body can't take those forces. So those are some of the things that happened today on May 1st. We got George Mulrory being found 75 years later. We got Ricky Henderson stealing bases up the yin-yang. We got Amtrak with 50 years. Go Amtrak, go Amtrak, go, go, go Amtrak. And we've got the first postage stamp. This is a picture of my truck. I think I've already showed you that in this video. So I want to thank everybody for their contributions. I've reached my goal, and I encourage everyone to stand down. Stand down. If you notice you haven't seen this, this is called a windbreaker. I got this for Christmas, I think. This is designed to keep you. It even has a hood in case it really gets crazy out there. You can put the hood on there, see? And it's very light. It's breathes. It's like a fishnet inside, if you've never seen one of these. And it's light, and it has pockets with zippers, and it's very comfortable. This one is kind of large on me, but you want to be able to move around. You want to be able to move around. And this is the perfect jacket for this kind of weather. So it's continuing to rain here in Austin, Texas. It's quite a system. I expect it to be here for a little bit longer. It's 70 degrees. It's beautiful. It's not hot. And I can hear some thunder. And I guess it's just a good day to stay inside with a good book. Perhaps some surfing the net. Perhaps a movie. And so it's a good day. So I want to thank everybody for listening, and have a great day. Stay dry, stay funny, stay happy. It's your life, and you are the only one who can control it.